Hello, ladies and gentlemen. M. Johnson here, and in this video, I'm going to predict how March Madness will end up and who will be our national champion. Alrighty, so first up we have Kansas and Austin Peay. That one is a no-brainer. Kansas has this all the way. Devontae Graham is going to have another hot game, so is Perry Elson, all that other stuff. Alright, next up we have Colorado and Connecticut. Already a good one. I think Colorado is going to survive. I would not be surprised if this wins to OT, or I would not be surprised if UConn wins this, but I'm going to say Colorado. It's going to be Colorado, Kansas, alright? Maryland and South Dakota State, very easily the Terps. Well, Trimble is just going to be all over SDSU. California and Hawaii. That's a pretty good challenge for the Bears, actually. Because Hawaii has a pretty good coach. In fact, he's a very good coach. I think the Bears are going to go through. Like I said, this is not an easy game, so I would not be surprised. Arizona or Vanderbilt or Wichita State. Okay, Wichita State defeats Vanderbilt, right? Mark that in. And I think Wichita State will get Arizona. That's your upset alert, because Arizona is literally overrated. And yes, I don't see how Arizona should be in this tournament. They're so overrated, and they suck so bad when it comes to playing teams. Like, they lost to USC in 4 overtimes? Miami and Buffalo. Miami. And yeah, if you have Arizona, if my prediction is wrong right here, then you have the overrated game. Because Miami is just overrated, even though they are very terrible. Iowa and Temple. That's a no-doubter. Because Iowa has been playing crap. They've been playing like slop these last 3 weeks. Villanova and NC Asheville. Villanova. Alright, so back to the top. Kansas and Colorado. I think Kansas will go through. Because when they played in Boulder, Kansas was an inexperienced team. Wayne Selden, Frank Mason, and Brandon Green, they were all inexperienced guys. But now they're all juniors, and they have the senior Perry Ellis. I think they're going to go through. Maryland and California. I think Maryland's going to go through. I really think that. Alright. Vanderbilt or Wichita State. Sorry, Wichita State or Miami. I think Wichita State's going to go through. I think so. And yeah, 2 straight Sweet 16 trips. And that's the 3rd time in these 4-year time frame. So yeah, it was pretty good. Temple and Nova. I'm going to say Nova. For this one. Alrighty, so back to the top. You have Kansas and Maryland. I'm liking Kansas, alright? Because Devontae Graham, seeing the Big 12 championship game, Devontae Graham just gave West Virginia, aka Press Virginia, he literally just gave West Virginia bad karma. Straight up. Alrighty, Wichita State or Villanova. Villanova is going to go through. Alrighty, now we have the Jayhawks and the Wildcats. And the Jayhawks will be your Southern champions. Alrighty, so that is my Southern bracket. Now let's go down to the West bracket. Alrighty, so we have Oregon or Holy Cross or Southern. I think Holy Cross will just get past Southern. I don't really know, because who really cares about that game? But Oregon is going through very obviously. St. Joseph's and Cincy. Cincy is going to go through, but barely. Baylor and Yale. You think this be an easy one, but to me it's not, alright? Because I still think Baylor choked last year when RJ Hunter, I think the guy was, he hit that almost half-court shot in the buzzer beater to defeat Baylor in last year's tournament, and that screwed everybody up, and it even screwed me up. But I'll just go Baylor again because it's Yale. I cannot be too cocky yet, but if Yale wins, then I'm calling Baylor choke horses again. I'm calling Scadrian choke horse. Okay, Duke or NC Wilmington. Sorry. Yes, I am going to go Duke here. Or Dookie here. Texas or Northern Iowa. That's a good one. I'm actually going to go for the upset, alright? Northern Iowa upsets the Longhorns because Longhorns have been playing sleepy these last few games. In Northern Iowa, they just won the MVC. So I think Northern Iowa will win the first game. Or will beat the Longhorns anyway. Texas A&M or Green Bay. A&M. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to the game, so A&M. Oregon State or VCU. This is a toss-up, actually. Because Oregon State, they were like in the Pac-12. And VCU, they were also but they also got kicked by St. Joseph's today. Which one to choose? I'm going to go VCU. Because if you think about it, the ending, like I said, Oregon State's like but VCU has been playing better at the end than OSU did. So I'm going to go the Rams. Oklahoma or CSU Bakersfield. I'm going to go Oklahoma. Alrighty, so back to the top, you have Oregon and Cincinnati. Oregon. I think Oregon will get through Cincinnati and go to Sweet 16. Baylor or Duke. That one's another toss-up, alright? Because Baylor, like I said, they choked last year, but they're not all that this year. Like, last year, Torian Prince was a hot guy. Rico Gathers was another hot guy. King Cherry was another hot guy. Lester Medford was kind of hot guy. But this year, only Jonathan Motley's the hot guy. Really? And look at Duke. Mike Krzyzewski is still just making that money. Alright, but I think the Bears will go through. But Jonathan Motley must have a hot game. Alrighty, Northern Iowa and A&M. I think A&M will get this. VCU or Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is going to go. Oregon or Baylor? Good question. Yeah, this is a good one, actually. And what's kind of funny about this matchup is that they're both green and gold, right? And you know Baylor's got that tennis ball uniform, and I can already imagine they're going to wear it. And Oregon's got a crappy uniform themselves, so they're going to wear it. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup for uniforms anyway. This is a toss-up right here. I'm going to say the Ducks. The Ducks, because I think Jonathan Motley will be just cool down from there. Alright, so we have A&M and Oklahoma. I think the Sooners will go through because A&M has been playing just at the end. That 4-game losing streak screwed them over almost in their SEC regular season championship. But I say the Sooners, all right? Oregon or Oklahoma. Oregon's going to be stopped just right there. And I think the Sooners are going to go to the Final Four and play the Jayhawks for the third meeting. The 2-1 revenge matchup for the second time. Alrighty, so we have, okay, this is the East bracket, by the way. Alright, we have North Carolina against Florida Gulf Coast or FDU, whatever that is. I think FDU is going to go through, alright. But North Carolina is going to just whip them, alright. USC or Providence? This is a good one, actually, because they're both slop teams, but USC's been and Providence has been but USC has been in a stronger conference than Providence has. And if USC beats an overrated Arizona team, and I think they beat Utah too one time, I think. But anyways, I'll say USC over Providence because it's a stronger conference. Indiana and Chattanooga. Indiana, no question. Kentucky or Stony Brook or Storybrooke. I say Kentucky. Alright, so Notre Dame or Michigan and Tulsa. Michigan's going to go through, and you're going to be surprised if I say this. I think the Wolverines are going to beat the Fighting Irish. I just have this feeling that the Wolverines are going to make another magical run. And Notre Dame, they're not as hot like they were last year, so. West Virginia, or Stephen S. Austin's West Virginia. Wisconsin or Pittsburgh? I say the Badgers. No Frank Kaminsky, but I think they can beat a terrible Pitt. Xavier or Weber State? Hey, I'll say the Musketeers. 3 Musketeers. Alrighty, so back to the top. North Carolina and USC. I think Roy Williams, Kennedy Meeks, and Bryce Johnson, and all that other fun stuff are gonna just put cream on the Trojans, and then the horse will be slipped dead. Alrighty, so next up we have Indiana and Kentucky. Kentucky will go through, and yes, I'm saying they're going to the Sweet 16 once again. Michigan, Tulsa, or West Virginia? West Virginia. Michigan, all they're going to do is get Notre Dame. They have a chance, but West Virginia, that chance is taken down. Alright, so we have Wisconsin and Xavier. Same thing with Michigan. Wisconsin may get Pittsburgh like they should, but Xavier's like, we're taking that chance down. We're taking those hopes down, and we're going to just topple you and beat the hell out of you. So I'm going to say the 3 Musketeers are just going to torture and murder those Badgers. Alrighty, so we have North Carolina and Kentucky. Interesting, but the Tar Heels, I think the Tar Heels are going to go through because Kennedy Meeks and Bryce Johnson, all right, they go for the hoop, all right? And then who do you have for Kentucky? You have Briscoe and Tyler Ulis. I think the Tar Heels are going to the Elite Eight. All right, so West Virginia and Xavier. If you want a UFC match in college basketball, this is the matchup. Both teams have the exact same price. And yes, it's going to be, there's a turnover. There's another turnover. Oh no, Devin Williams just just lost the ball. Oh no, and Xavier. Oh no, that's blocked by Devin Williams. And oh no, that's stolen by Javon Carter. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's going to be all defense, and it's going to be a bloodbath. But I think the Mountaineers are going to play the Tar Heels in the Elite Eight. And they're going to win this defensive bloodbath, the UFC match. Alright, so North Carolina or West Virginia? Interesting. Because like I was saying earlier, North Carolina, alright, they have all those inside guys. Like Bryce Johnson, Kennedy Meeks, and you can name the rest. That's the only two players I know, actually. But West Virginia, you only have Devin Williams. Yeah, one guy versus two guys. But West Virginia has all those outside guys. Like, you have Javon Carter right here. You have Daxter Miles right here. You have Jay-Sean Page right here. So, yeah, this is kind of a toss-up, actually. Yeah, this is a huge, huge toss-up. Anyways, if you notice, the camera is a little bit changed because I had to switch cameras because the storage went out on the other one. Alright, so I was saying North Carolina and West Virginia. I think the Mountaineers will go through. Reason why is because of defense. So yeah, I think West Virginia is going to go through. Alright, so scroll down. And we go to the Midwest, and you're probably hoping that I won't pick up Iowa State or Texas Tech. Virginia or Hampton, Virginia. Easy. Texas Tech or Butler. I want to say the Bulldogs. Sorry, Teddy Smith and the Red Raiders, but you've had such a good year. And you want to win a game in March Madness. But I think the Bulldogs are just going to go through because how you've played against TCU in the Big 12 tournaments. So yeah, sorry. Alright, Purdue or Arkansas Low Dog? Purdue. No question. Iowa State or Iona? This one's going to be funny. Whoever broadcasts that game, I feel sorry for you. Because you're going to hear stuff like Iona State or Iowa. Yeah, you're going to get that tongue twister, like 30 or 15 times. So, yeah, obviously, I think the Cyclones will go through. Iona has a little chance, though, because Steve Prohm is not very used. What am I trying to say? Yeah, the seniors, like George Ning, Jameel McKay, Abdel Nader, yeah, they're not used to Steve Prohm's game plan. So, Iona has a little bit of chance right here. Seton Hall Gonzaga, the Pirates. They defeated those villains, and they're the heroes. I think the heroes will just fight those Bulldogs and just chop them on the neck. Alright, so Utah or Fresno State. The Utes. Fresno State will actually put up a game, but I think the running Utes will win, and they'll run all the way to the second round. Dayton or Syracuse? Dayton. Syracuse is just a sad excuse to be in the team, to be in the tournament. Michigan State or Middle Tennessee? Michigan State. Alright, so go back to the top. Who went too far up? Yep, I did. Virginia or Butler? I'm going to say Virginia. Purdue or Iowa State? The Boilermakers are going to make this upset. Alright. So, yep. Not all Big 12 teams are going to the Final Four. Straight up. No, I did not say Purdue was going to win because I wanted to avoid that. I actually thought Purdue would actually, I thought Purdue would just make those jumpers and then just ruin Steve Prohm's plan. And George Niang, Purdue's going to be all over him. Alright? Seton Hall or Utah? I think the Utes will be running to the Sweet 16. Because Seton Hall, I'm not saying the Pirates are bad, but I think the running Utes are going to put a run on them. Yeah, you got the pun. Alright, Dayton or Michigan State? The Spartans. Dayton's just, Virginia or Purdue? The Cavaliers. Come on. Utah or Michigan State? I want to say the Spartans. Virginia or Michigan State? Good one. Because you have both Colombo, alright? And you have Denzel Valentine. That is such a good matchup. And probably it isn't Colombo, it's probably Columbri. Sorry for that mistake, but him versus Denzel Valentine. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. And Matt Costello is there too. But did North Carolina just win the ACC tournament? They did. I think Virginia is going to choke again, guys, and the Spartans are going to go through. Alrighty, so we have the Final Four. Yay, the Final Four. Here is your first matchup. The Kansas Jayhawks and the Oklahoma Sooners. Who's going to win? I think the Jayhawks will be 3-0 against the Sooners, against Buddy Hield and the Sooners. For the third time. Second matchup, you have the number 3 seeded West Virginia Mountaineers going up against the number 2 seed Michigan State Spartans. Who's going to win? I think Michigan State will win. Alright. Because Denzel Valentine and Matt Costello, they could actually master or press Virginia. In fact, last year in the Sweet 16, West Virginia against Kentucky, West Virginia committed too many fouls. The referees were all over the Mountaineers, and Kentucky was all over them too, so no wonder West Virginia got blown out. And I still think John Calipari was the Bill Belichick. Alright, so here is your national final. The Kansas Jayhawks and the Michigan State Spartans. Who will win this game, you may ask? The winner to me is... Okay, so the winner to me is the Jayhawks. Because they have not been sleeping. They have not been sleeping lately on defense. That's what really needs to happen. In fact, in the first meeting, it was like all the way back in November, they slept, and Michigan State just woke up. And then Denzel Valentine, he had such a day. Valentine's Day was created in there, and Kansas just blew that game. But I think Kansas is going to redeem themselves, and they will be your 2016 national champions. Okay, you probably can't see it, but it's KUMSU. Alrighty, so let me go on up. Yep, there you go. Alrighty then, so, yep, Kansas is national champion, 2016 national champions. Alright, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching this prediction video, and I will see you guys around. And go watch. my MLB predictions and NFL predictions on the playoffs.